guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Jazz if you're new here. Hi, welcome. So glad you decided to click on today's video because today's video is an exciting one. It is my anticipated reads for 2024 and I'm so excited. We have a lot of great books being released this year, even though I am on a book buying ban until I lower my physical TBR. You know what? These don't count, and if I find them at the library, even better. But yes, so let's just get right into the video with the first one that I have been waiting for since September of 2022. I have been anticipating this book since I finished the second one, and that is House of Flame and Shadow. I love the Crescent City series. If you know me, you follow me on my bookstagram, and even on this channel, I have talked about it many times. My favorite series is the Crescent City series. I love it more than Throne of Glass and ACOTAR, in a very unpopular opinion, but it's everything. I love the modern fantasy vibe. I love the main character. She's my favorite person ever. Bryce, Quinlan, and me are basically married, and I will defend her. Like, I will literally go to the end of the world for her. She doesn't need me to, but I will. If you don't know, the Crescent City series is about a fae female. Her name is Bryce Quinlan, and she has a tragedy that happens to her, and she's kind of like a ghost of herself, and secrets come to light that she didn't expect to have from an old friend. And the head angel of Crescent City is putting her on the case. Like, you have to figure it out. You were close to this person. You're gonna find out what happened. This dangerous creature that just killed these people. I want you to solve it. And you know who I'm gonna partner you up with? The Shadow of Death. The Umbra Mortis. Hun Athalar. The love of my life, actually. At the beginning, they're not friendly. She's like, I can do this alone. I don't need a babysitter. I don't need a bodyguard. Like, leave. And he's like, no, I can't leave. Like, you know, I'm kind of like stuck here. I work for him. I'm like basically a slave. And she's like, fine. So they tolerate each other. They're going on these. She's like always testing him. And he's like, bro, if you keep testing me, I'm literally gonna deck you in the face. And he doesn't. Okay? But that's the vibe it's giving. Let me close the window. Hold on. And it follows that story, and it's told in third-person point of view, and then it follows like Bryce's like third-person point of view, Hunt's third-person point of view, and like other characters' third-person point of view, and there's just so many characters that you fall in love with, and it's great. The first 100 pages are daunting to a lot of people. I loved the first 100 pages. I think that book is just beautiful, and I'm just biased because I love Crescent City and Bryce Quinlan, and she's my favorite main character of all time. Like, I literally feel like we're so like connected, you know. But this is the third book coming out in that series, and I'm just so excited for it. And for the people that have read everything Sarah J Maas has like released, girly, that title, you know the title, okay? The title, once that title dropped, it's just like theories are going on, and it's like, ha, I know, you're trying to trick me, but I know. Let me open my Goodreads, because on my Goodreads, that is exactly where I have, I made a new shelf called 2024 Reads, just so I can tell you the exact dates these books come out, because I was not gonna, you know, keep track. My brain was just not gonna do it. So we have in total 22 releases so far that I know about, and let's go down. Obviously, I already talked about House of Flame and Shadow, but, oh, what happened? Oh my goodness. Okay. Another anticipated read this year, even though I have not read the first two books, is the Atlas Complex, which is the third in the Atlas series. Another one that comes out in January that I'm really excited about. It is a first in a series, Don't Want You Like a Best Friend by Emma R. Albin. This one comes out January 9th as well. And it's a swoon-worthy debut queer Victorian romance in which two debutantes distract themselves from having to seek husbands by setting up their widowed parents and instead find their perfect match in each other. The lesbian Bridgerton parent trap you never knew you needed. I'm so excited. I don't know, there's just something about like Victorian romances. I want to get into them. I want to diversify my reading, and that one just sounds really good, and the cover is just so cute, and I need it, and I want it, and she's adorable, and I'm so excited to get her soon when my book ban is over. And this book, I'm so excited for this book. A couple of my friends and mutuals on Bookstagram got this as an ARC, and ever since they gave that review, I'm just like, oh, I need this book. This one came out already. It came out yesterday, January 2nd, because I'm filming today, January 3rd. It is a Fragile Enchantment. And it's a it's a romantasy. A magical dressmaker commissioned for a royal wedding finds herself embroiled in a scandal when a gossip columnist draws attention to her undeniable chemistry with the groom. So, the magic in her blood allows her to switch emotions and memories into fabric that's the same magic that will eventually kill her. And it sounds really good. Another January release. It comes out January 16th. This is The Longest Autumn. This one is for fans of, like, Ariadne. It's a debut fantasy. It's about a human who gets trapped with the god of autumn, who brings with him life-threatening danger and a forbidden romance. Ah! This book, I just read the first one in December, but it came out in like 2014, so now it's gonna be 10 years, I think. Around there, maybe less? This book, I want it actually today, and I know it's gonna shatter my heart, and that is If Only I Had Told Her, which is the second book to If He Had Been With Me. Oh my gosh. Like, I knew, but I didn't know, and it hurt. This is told in Finney's point of view instead of Autumn's, and I'm ready to have my heart ripped out of my chest. I'm ready for the author to stomp on it. I'm ready for me to just cry tears on the page. I'm ready, but I'm also not, like, ready. The next book, it is a debut romantasy as well. It's about an enchanted library, 2 handsome fae, and 1 human who brings them all together. A library with deadly enchantment, a fae lord who wants in, a human woman willing to risk it all for a taste of power. This is the Lore of the Wilds book by Annalay Esprana. I think I'm saying that right. First of all, the cover, gorgeous. Like, can I have it now? Ugh, I'm so ready. Another one that comes out in February, and it comes out the same day actually. This one is A Fate Inked in Blood, and it's the first book in the Saga of the Unfated by Danielle L. Jensen. A shield maiden blessed by the gods battles to unite a nation under a power-hungry king while also fighting her growing desire for his fiery son. This book, the cover, everything about it, I'm just so excited for my fantasy shelf. Like, I just want my shelves to get bigger. Okay, the next one. Oh my goodness. You guys have no idea. I read the first book, and now I'm like, oh, I immediately need this one. And it comes out March 5th by Lila Sage. That is Swift and Saddled, which is the second in the Rebel Blue Ranch series. It's about Weston. Ah, I love Wes. She's the city girl who refuses to be saddled with a man. He's the cowboy who wants her anyways. The last thing Ada Hart needs is a man to take care of her. Not anymore. After failing out of her interior design program and the disaster that was her short-lived marriage, Ada clawed her way up from rock bottom. Now the only person she trusts is herself, and that has gone her further than ever before. She has her own business, and one of the largest ranches in Wyoming just hired her for the most important project of her career. When Ada arrives in Meadowlark, she finds herself in a dive bar where she can't seem to shake the eyes of a handsome cowboy. When she leads him to the back of the bar, he leaves her with a kiss that most people can only fantasize about. She almost regrets it that she'll never see him again. Except, it turns out he's her new boss. Weston! I love Weston! I love him. The next book that's coming out also on March 5th that I'm so excited for, even though I haven't finished the first one. I'm so sorry. I will, I promise. It's The Prisoner's Throne, and that is the sequel to The Stolen Heir by Holly Black. Oh my gosh. I love Oak. I love Ren, both of them. Ugh, my little babies. Another one also comes out March 5th. Oh my gosh, March 5th is just like a great day for books. It's the first book in a contemporary fantasy series. It's called 3 Kinds of Lucky. But Petra Grady has known since adolescence that she has no talent for magic, and that's never gonna change. But as a sweeper first class, she's parlayed her rare ability to handle dross, the damaging magical waste generated by her more talented kin's spellwork, into a decent life working at the Mages University. Except Grady's relative's predictable life is about to be upended. The oblivious, sexy, and oh so out of reach Benedict Strom needs someone with her abilities for a research project studying dross and how to render it harmless. She's stuck working on his team whether she wants to or not. Oh my gosh! I just love fantasy. Romantasy with the tension is just with the angst and everything. Ugh. A book by one of my favorite mystery thriller young adult authors, Holly Jackson, and that is the reappearance of Rachel Price. 18-year-old Belle has lived her whole life in the shadows of her mom's mysterious disappearance. 16 years ago, Rachel Price vanished, and young Belle was the only witness, but she has no memory of it. Rachel is gone, long presumed dead, and Belle wishes everyone would just move on. But the case is dragged up from the past when the Price family agree to a true crime podcast. Belle can't wait for filming to end, for life to go back to normal. And then the impossible happens. Rachel Price reappears, and life will never be normal again. Rachel has an unbelievable story about what happened to her. Unbelievable because Belle isn't sure it's real. If Rachel is lying, then where has she been all this time? I love Holly Jackson's writing. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder just captivated me from the start, and that series will forever be one of my favorite young adult thriller series. It's just too good. Another one that comes out on April 2nd is another thriller, and this is She's Not Sorry by Mary Kubica. An ICU nurse accidentally uncovers a patient's frightening past in this chilling thriller. Megan Michaels is trying to find balance between being a single mom to a teenage daughter and working as a full-time nurse. While on duty at the hospital one day, a patient named Caitlin arrives in a coma with a traumatic brain injury, having jumped from a bridge and plunging over 20 feet to the train tracks below. But when a witness comes forward with shocking details about the fall, it calls everything they know into question. Was Caitlin pushed? And if so, by whom and why? Megan has always tried to stay emotionally detached from her patients, but this time she mistakenly lets herself get too close until she's deeply entangled in Caitlin and her family's lives. Only when it's too late does she realize that she and her daughter could be the next victims. I love a good thriller, and I know that this one's gonna have me questioning. The next book in April, this one comes out April 9th, and it's called Ganto Contigo by Johnny Garza Villa. The cover is gorgeous. Both of them are gorgeous. So, the synopsis. When a mariachi star transfers schools, he expects to be handed his new group's lead vocalist spot. What he gets instead is a tenacious current lead with a very familiar, very kissable face. In a 24-hour span, Rafael Alvarez led North Amistad High School's mariachi Alma de la Frontera to their 11th consecutive first-place win in the Mariachi Extravaganza de Nacional, and made out with, and almost hooked up with one of the cutest guys he's ever met. Now, 8 months later, Rafi's ready for one final win. What he didn't plan for is his family moving to San Antonio before his senior year, forcing him to leave behind his group while dealing with the loss of the most important person in his life, his beloved abuelo. Another hitch in his plan. The Selena Quintanilla Perez Academy's Mariachi Todos los Colores already has a lead vocalist, Ray Chavez, the boy Rafi made out with. Who now stands between him winning and being the great mariachi Rafi's abuelo always believed him to be. Oh, stop! Despite their newfound rivalry for center stage, rivals to lovers, Rafi can't squash his feelings for Ray. Now he must decide between the people he's known his entire life or the one just starting to get to know the real him. Canto Contigo is a love letter to Mexican culture, family, and legacy, the people who shape us, and allowing ourselves to forge our own path. At its heart, it's one of the most glorious rivals to love a romance about finding the one who challenges you in the most extraordinary ways. I need an arc. How? I want this book. I want it more than anything in my life, actually. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for that one. I'm gonna feel seen a little bit, like just as the Mexican culture aspect, because I personally love mariachi. I am a Mexican American, for those that don't know. I love to sing with the mariachi, actually, so I feel like I'm gonna resonate a lot with Rafi. I'm so excited. This one comes out April 9th. It is the first in a new series by this beloved author, Elsie Silver, and that is Wild Love. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be in the same universe as Chestnut Springs. Hey guys, so Goodreads didn't have the synopsis, but I'm gonna read it to you guys from Elsie Silver's Instagram. Rosie Belmont has been driving me wild for years. The good kind of wild, the bad kind of wild, but mostly the kind of wild that comes with wanting your best friend's little sister and knowing you can't have her. Another one that comes out in April from an author that everybody loves that I have not read yet, but I will be reading this year, is Abby Jimenez, Just for the Summer, a scintillating summer novel that will make readers laugh out loud and cry happy tears. I was hoping you couldn't hear them, but my siblings just didn't shut up in the background, so here's a synopsis. Justin has a curse, and thanks to a Reddit thread, it's now all over the internet. Every woman he dates goes on to find their soulmate the second they break up. When a woman slides into his DMs with the same problem, they come up with a plan. They'll date each other and break up. Their curses will cancel each other's out, and they'll both go on to find the love of their lives. It's a bonkers idea, and it just might work. Oh my goodness, of course, forced proximity, fake dating, I'm so excited. And another one that a lot of my friends have recently gotten arcs to, and I'm so happy for them, is Funny Story by Emily Henry, which comes out April 23rd of this year. Daphne always loved the way her fiancé Peter told their story, how they met on a blustery day, fell in love over an errant hat, and moved back into his lakeside hometown to begin their life together. He really was good at telling it. Right up until the moment he realized he was actually in love with his childhood best friend Petra. Which is how Daphne begins her new story. Stranded in beautiful Waning Bay, Michigan, without friends or family, but with the dream job as a children's librarian that barely pays the bills, and proposing to be roommates with the only person who could possibly understand her predicament. Petra's ex, Miles Nowak, scruffy and chaotic, with a penchant for taking solace in the sounds of heartbreak love ballads. Miles is exactly the opposite of practical, buttoned-up Daphne, whose coworkers know so little about her, they have a running bet that she's either FBI or in witness protection. The roommates mainly avoid one another until one day, while drowning their sorrows, they form a tenuous friendship and a plan. If said plan also involves posting deliberately misleading photos of their summer adventures together, well, who could blame them? But it's all for show, of course, because there's no way Daphne would actually start her new chapter by falling in love with her ex-fiance's new fiance's ex, right? Funny story, actually. I'm so excited for that one. That sounds so cute. I love Emily Henry and everything that she writes. So now, moving on to May. This one comes out May 14th, and it's called It Waits in the Forest by Sarah Doss. Unlike the other residents of the small Caribbean island of St. Virgil, Selena da Silva does not believe in magic. With a logical mind and a knack for botany, Selena uses her dream of leaving the island to study pharmacology until a vicious, unsolved attack left her father dead and her mother in a coma. Now her guilt over her mother's condition keeps her tethered to the island, relegated to conning gullible tourists with useless talismans and phony protection rituals. But when one of those tourists ends up at the center of a string of strange murders, the truth that Selena has been denying can no longer be there. Is evil lurking in the forest that surround St. Virgil? As long-buried feelings and long-hidden secrets about Selena's family past begins to reveal themselves, only one answer remains, and it awaits in the forest. Another May release is called Evocation by S.T. Gibson. The Devil Knows Your Name, David R. Starkov. As a teen, David R. Starkov was a psychic prodigy, operating under the shadow of his oppressive occultist father. Now, years after his father's death and rapidly approaching his 30th birthday, he is content with the high-powered life he's curated as a Boston attorney, moonlighting as a powerful medium for a secret society. But with the power comes a price, and the devil has come to collect an ancestral deal. David's days are numbered, and death looms at his door. The first book in a spellbinding and vibrant new series. Let's start with June. Most anticipated June read. This one comes out June 4th, and it's Daydream by Hannah Grace. And I am so ready to finally get my baby Henry's book. Like, I've been waiting for it since the first book. I thought it was gonna be the second one, but Wildfire, love you. The cover, she's wearing a folklore cardigan. So everybody except me has one. When procrastination lands him in a difficult class with his least favorite professor, Henry Turner knows he's going to have to work extra hard to survive his junior year of college. And now, with his new role as ice hockey captain, which he didn't even want, Henry absolutely cannot fail. Enter Hallie Jacobs, a fellow junior who finds herself befriended by Henry when he accidentally crashes her book club. Hallie may not have the romantic pursuits of her favorite fictional leads, but she's an academic superstar, and when she hears about Henry's problems with his class reading material, she offers to help. But being a private tutor isn't exactly ideal given her own studies, job, and the novel she's trying to write. New experiences are the key to beating her writer's block, though. And Henry's promising to be the one to give them to her. They just need to stick to the rule book. Oh, and not fall in love. I'm so ready. She's so pretty, and Henry is my favorite boy. My baby, the love of my life, actually, and I think I might love him more than both Nate and Russ. Because I loved Russ a little bit more than Nate, low-key, once I read his book. Another June release that I'm really excited for is called The Cautious Traveler's Guide to the Wastelands. First of all, the title alone made me stop in my tracks. And it is said there is a price that every passenger must pay. A price beyond the cost of a ticket. It is the end of the 19th century and the world is awash with marvels. But there is nothing so marvelous as the Wastelands, a terrain of terrible miracles that lies between Beijing and Moscow. Nothing touches this abandoned wilderness except the Great Trans-Siberian Express, an impenetrable train built to carry cargo across continents, but which now transports anyone who dares to cross the shadowy wastelands. Onto the platform steps a curious cast of characters. a grieving woman with a borrowed name, a famous child born on the train, and a disgraced naturalist, all heading for the great exhibition in Moscow. But the old rules are changing, and there are whispers that the train isn't safe. As secrets and stories begin to unravel, the passengers and crew must survive their journey through the wastelands together, even as something uncontrollable seems to be breaking in. Oh my goodness, it's like historical fiction, and I am not the biggest historical fiction girly, but I want to branch out more this year, so that's why that is on my priority TBR for 2024. And I want to get more into other genres, so let me know your guys' favorite historical fiction recs, and if they have a little bit of romance, that would help a lot. The last book in this video that I'm anticipating, again, I have not read the first book, but I still want the second one anyways. It's in the Powerless trilogy, and that is Reckless by Lauren Roberts. I would read the synopsis, but I'm not going to, as I don't want to be spoiled. And that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you hear people in the background, I'm so sorry. This was like the only time I was able to film, and there's just like people at home and they're just really loud, so I'm like trying to speak louder to like cancel their voices out like right now. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video nonetheless, and know that booktubers, our houses aren't always quiet. So yeah, I hope to see you guys soon. Bye! Let me know what videos you guys want to see in the new year, and comment them down below. Comment your most anticipated raid for 2023. Mine is Hofaz. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!